So guys, are you also having curiosity of finding asteroid and giving it your own name? So recently me and my team Jishi Innovation had completed this IAC campaign, and together we made 15 preliminary observation, out of which 5 asteroids were detected, part of a total of 286 detection during this campaign. And this is a certificate you can see that I have received, and right now I am a citizen scientist.
I love the way you talk to me when nobody is listening.
Hello guys, my name is Jivitesh Kumar Mishra and I am a second year BTech CS student. So today in this video we are going to cover about the IAC campaign. You all have heard about the IAC campaign and you all want to become a citizen scientist. So today in this video I am going to explain about the full tutorial of IAC campaign and how to use that Astromatica software. So let's dive into the topic that we are going to discuss. The first one is what is IAC. The second one is how can I join IAC and become a citizen scientist. The third one is how do I use Astromatica software. The fourth one is how can I spot an asteroid. And the last one is what is the process for submitting an asteroid report. So these are the topics that we are going to cover in this video. I am giving you assurance that after watching this video you will be able to use Astromatica software very easily and will be able to become citizen scientist at the end of the campaign. So stay with me till the end as I am going to explain everything in detail. So let's dive into the first topic, that is what is IAC. So guys, you can see here, welcome to IAC. So this is the official website of IAC. You have to simply go to the search bar and search iac.cosmosearch.org, and after that you will see this kind of website. This is the official website. So let us discuss about how to register in this campaign. So what you have to do is you have to click on the register button here, and after clicking on the register button you can see the page of registration. So you have to simply click on the register for a campaign. So guys, here you can see the registration form, the registration for International Asteroid Search Campaign. So here you can see the team name, the country and the team member name, the team member email. You have to fill all these details, and after filling all these details you have to attach this form and have to mail it to the IAC coordinator Miss Cassidy Davis at iacsearch@hsutx.edu. And after filling this form, let me tell you a very important thing that you have to keep in mind. That is, suppose that you are an individual and want to participate in this IAC campaign. So what you have to do is you have to only fill your name and your email ID, and you can select a team name. But the thing is that you will be added in a group where one vacant seat is there and you will be a participant of that group itself. So this is the process how it works. And suppose that you want to create your own team and you have 2 members in your team. Like I had created a team called GC Innovation and I was having 2 members, me and my friend Ankita. So after the campaign had started, 2 more members were added in our team. The first one was Simrandi and the second one was Harshita Di. So this is how our team was formed and we named it as Jishi Innovation. So guys, here you can see the mail in your screen, the new campaign team IAC which I have received from IAC Search. This is a greeting from IAC for our team GC Innovation. You will also receive this kind of email when you will form your own team where a group of members are there. So here you can see my name, then Ankita Singh, then Simran Di, then Harshita Di. So this team was a very epic. So this was a very epic team for me and we enjoyed a lot in this camp. And we enjoyed a lot in this campaign. So we will discuss later on about how I did and what was the experience of me and my team in this campaign. So now let's explore the IAC website a little more. So guys, this is the official website of IAC. Here you can see I've already logged in this website. So I want to discuss about how you would be able to log in this website. So let me take you to the campaign, start of campaign email. So here you can see start of campaign IAC. So you will receive this kind of email when your new IAC campaign will start. So here you can see the email section, email you registered with, and the password is mostly IAC search. So you have to write this. Here you can see, let me log off from this website. So here you can see you have to press in login and you have to write your email from where you have registered and have to write your password. So here you can see I have been logged in this website. So guys, now let's explore the campaign section. So when you will click this campaign section, you will see all the campaign which are available all around the world. So all Bangladesh asteroid search campaign and all stuffs like this. So here you can see our international asteroid search campaign 159. This 159 is the number of teams who have participated in this campaign. So you have to simply click in the international asteroid search campaign, and after clicking it you have to search your team name here. So you have to go down and down. So I belong to India and my team is Jishi Innovation. So my team is already over, so my team will not be appear here. So you have to search your team name from here, and when you will find your team you have to just click there. So guys, as the campaign is over, so I will explain the further steps using some screenshot that I have taken. So after clicking your team, you will see a interface like this, welcome Jishi Innovation, my team name. So you will receive a practice set after the start of this campaign, and after clearing that practice set, then only you will unlock all the next images of the asteroid. You will be getting asteroid images from Pan-STARRS telescope. So you have to first complete the practice set image, you have to download it and have to submit it. So I will explain the further details. You have to use a software named Astromatica. I am coming to that point. So before that, let me tell you one point. Here you can see the image set. You have to select the image set. Here you have to click on the select an image set here and select the practice, new practice one, that is the practice set. And after that, in citizen scientist you have to add all your citizen scientists. So I have added all my citizen scientists, that is Simran Di, Ankita, Harshita Di and me. So I have added all the names here, and there is a section called MPC report. So I will let you know about MPC report in the further steps. So now let's come to the main point about how to download Astromatica software and how to use it. So guys, now let's know the steps how to install Astromatica software using which you can spot asteroid from the images that you will receive from Pan-STARRS telescope. So you have to simply open the IAC official website and have to click on Astrometrica. When you will click on Astrometrica, this kind of interface will appear on your screen. So you have to simply click on Astrometrica setup. So when you will click on Astrometrica software, a software will start downloading here, and here you can see the software has downloaded the Astrometrica software version 1.4. So I have already downloaded and installed it. So let me tell you how to install this software. So you have to simply click on open file and simply click on yes. After clicking on yes, you have to click on next. Then you have to browse on which destination folder you want to store this software. So after that you have to click on next, and after that your software will be downloaded. I have already downloaded this software, so I am not installing it. So guys, here you can see the Astrometrica software. This kind of icon will appear in your home screen. So this is the Astrometrica software that I have installed in my PC. So guys, now let's open Astrometrica software. So let me open it. So here you can see this kind of interface will appear on your screen. So one thing you have to keep in mind is there is a section called time left. The countdown will keep on decreasing, and when it will be 0, your Astrometrica software will start loading. So we have to wait till 0. And here you can see our Astrometrica software is opening. Our Astrometrica software is going to open. So here you can see the interface here, Astrometrica. So here it is loading. So it has a very cool interface and a very simple interface, I say. So let me zoom it. Yeah. So it is loading. So guys, as the Astrometrica software is open now, so I want to discuss a trick with you. So as you can see, the time left section is there. So in the time left section, if you see 2 hour, 3 hour like countdown is going on, so do one thing, close the Astrometrica software and reopen it. Sometimes what happen is your internet connection is very poor, and because of which you need to restart the Astrometrica software till your time left becomes 1 minute or 2 minute, maximum 2 minute. And if 2 minutes are there, then you need to wait till it becomes 0 and your Astrometrica software will open and you can use the Astrometrica software. So guys, here you can see the Astrometrica software. So it is a very cool and a simple interface. So here are some of the sections. So I will only let you know about the important thing. Here there are many options are there. So let me tell you about the license part, because if you will not do the license part, you will not able to access the configuration part. Here you can see ps2.cfg. So you all might not be having the ps2.cfg right now. So what you have to do is click on the help section and click on registration, and now you can see the registration key, license and the key. The details of this license and the key will be available in your mail. So let me take you to the mail section where I will let you know about how the license and the key looks like. So guys, here you can see my mail. So here is the license and the password. This kind of email you will be receiving after the start of the campaign. Here you can see International Astronaut Search Campaign, IASC. So here is the license and the password. So you have to copy it and paste it here itself and set on OK. After clicking on OK, you will be able to access PS2 and PS1.cfg. So now let's explore how to change the configuration. So you have to click on the blue icon. So when you will click on this icon, you have to click on open, and when you will click on open, you have two options, ps1.cfg and ps2.cfg. You have to click on these two options according to your images. So let me take you to the images, how these images will look like. So guys, as you can see in my screen, here are different kinds of images are there, image set name. So here you can see ps1, 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 and in the downside there are many ps2 images are also there. Let me take you to the ps2 images. So guys, here you can see some of the ps2 configuration images are also there. So this kind of images will be appear on your screen when you will complete the ps1 practice set, and after completing it you will be able to access. So guys, here you can see a interface in my screen. So guys, this is the interface that you will see when you will click on your team name, and this is the practice set. You have to simply click on the download button, and when you will download it, a tick mark will appear here, and you have to save that the file, that image set name, in a folder named IAS or anything according to your preference. And after downloading it, you have to move to the Astrometrica software. So let's move to the Astrometrica software. So guys, before moving to the Astrometrica software, do keep in mind that it is having PS1 configuration. Here you can see PS1 new practice 1. So PS1 configuration is there. So now let's move to the Astrometrica software. So guys, this is the Astrometrica software. So first thing you need to do is click on the blue icon here. Here you can see a blue kind of icon is there in the form of screw type shape. Yeah. So click on the blue icon, and what you have to do is you have to click on the open and have to click on PS1. As that image configuration was PS1, you have to click on PS1 and click on open, and then click on save, and then click on OK. So after doing that, here you can see ps1.cfg. So this is the basic requirement you need to do, as that image configuration was PS1, so you have to set it to PS1 configuration. So what I am going to do is I will be showing you two images. The first image will consist of some asteroids, and the second images will consist of no such asteroid. I am doing this so that you will have a broad idea about both the images, one having some asteroids and the second one having no asteroid. So let's move to the first section, a image containing a asteroid. So let's load the images. So a gentle reminder, I am not loading the image of the practice set you have received. You should do it by your own. So I am randomly using that I have recently done in my recent campaign. So I am now loading one image that is containing some asteroid. So here you have to, here is a section called load images. So you have to click here. So you have to click on the local disk or whatever local disk you have created. Then have to click on IASC, and here's some of the images that I have done, all the images, Pan-STAR telescope images. So I am taking one image which is containing asteroid. So guys, here you can see the XY44P00 folder is there. So it is a folder that is containing Pan-STAR telescope images which is containing asteroid. I found it some asteroid using this images. So in this video, I will explain you the images. I will show you the images where some asteroid are there. And meanwhile, I will also tell you what to write when no asteroid is being detected. So in the same images, I will find the asteroid, as well as after finding the asteroid and submitting, I will also let you know what to write when no asteroid is found in that particular image. You can click any one of the topic about which you want to know. In the starting of the video, I have marked some topic. That topic was a broader topics. In the timestamp, you can see small topic are also there. So it will save your time. So let's go to the XY44P00. So here you can see four files are there. These are the four Pan-STAR telescope images. So you have to select the four images and click on open. So loading image is going on. Here you can see first image is loaded, second, then third, then fourth. So by default, my image was set to white. But what happen is when you click on these images, it will open like this. Here you can see black images. So to understand the images and to track the asteroid, you have to click on the invert image option. So when you will click on the invert image option, it will change its color to white. Now you can see the black spot. These are stars, some are asteroids, some are something. You can easily spot it through your eyes. So this is a thing that you need to do. The next thing is you have to select on, here you can see astrometric data reduction. So when you will click on this kind of option will open. So you have to simply ignore it and have to click on OK. So extracting object is going on. One thing I want to tell you is that I am not explaining you very deeply. I can also explain you each and every step, but the thing is that time is very less. This is a 1 month campaign and many things you have to do. You can have a deep research by exploring many things. I am only explaining the steps which is needed to find an asteroid. Data reduction result is there. You can see a table has been opened. So you have to simply cross it. So the next thing that you have to do is you have to click on the known object overlay. Here you can see known object overlay. So name is not coming. So you can do one thing. You can again click on invert image, then again click invert image. Now the name is visible. Known object overlay. So press on that. So the one thing that I want to tell you is that while doing this thing, the selecting object bar is going on. Here you can see it is increasing. Don't click anywhere in the screen. If you will click anywhere in the screen, you will see a not responding option here, and it will take some time. It will come back again, but don't do like that. Simply leave the trackpad and simply wait. And after completing, you can see the results. So what is known object overlay? So like many of you might be wondering that some asteroid is already being discovered by other citizen scientists. So what it does is the images that you and your team are receiving, they are different from the other images that other teams are receiving, but these images are also being received in the previous campaign. So some citizen scientists also founded some asteroid. So how to differentiate asteroid which already has been found. So what you have to do is you have to click on the no object overlay. So when you will click in this option, so you can see red options here. See red dots are there. It is written K17B dash dash dash. So what is this? It is simply the asteroid which is already been found by other citizen scientists. So likewise, you can differentiate. Like I'm going to tell you some properties which asteroid behave. So when you will check on this asteroid, it will provide the same kind of properties. So you can easily differentiate. You will not need to select and mark this and have to send the report to NASA. So you can easily ignore it and can search other asteroids. So the next option that you have to click is the next thing is blink current image. Here you can see it is a blink current object. So it is not showing the name. So again click on invert image. Again here. Then here you can see blink current images. Shortcut is also there. Press CTRL plus B. So here you can see what is blink current image. So what it will do is it will make the four images run in a loop. Here you can see 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will make a video like format. So it will help you. Why it will help you? I will come to that point. So what's the next step that you need to do? The images are very small, so you have to make it a bit zoom. You have to click on this plus icon. Here you can see a plus icon is there. You have to click it two times. One, then two. You can zoom it according to your need, but what I think is it require only two times. You can also increase its size. Here you can see. Yeah. So here is a bar you can see to scroll it. So what you need to do, you have to start from the very upper end. Yeah. Here you can see a box type, small boxes are there. Yeah. Here you can see small boxes. Likewise, many boxes are there. So what you need to do is you have to start from one box. Like you can start from one box and then move to another box. What it will do is it will help you to not miss any of the asteroid. You can have a proper track of any of the asteroid. So let's move to the topic of what is the use of this blink current image. So to explain the function of blink current images and also to explain the behavior and properties of asteroid, how you can identify the asteroid, I will take you to the PDF that is provided by the NASA itself and will explain you the properties of how to spot an asteroid by understanding their behavior, of how they respond to the astrometrical software, and will let you know about the use of the feature of the blink current image. What is the use of this blink current image? So let's move to the PDF. So guys, here you can see the PDF through signature examples. This is a PDF provided by the NASA itself. You will also get the PDF, the same PDFs. So no need to worry about it. So let me come to the point. What is the use of this blink current image? So let me tell you what are the properties that asteroid shows in astrometrical software. So let me take a pen. So here you can see small asteroid. Here you can see these are the shapes of the asteroid mainly found in that images provided by the Pan-STAR telescope. Here you can see this is the most found asteroid. Here you can see this kind of small dot like structure are most likely the asteroids. Here you can see this also, and here you can see, let me zoom it. Here you can see this kind of small gas type. Here you can see a very small shade type. These are also asteroid. So you have to keep these four images in your mind. You can take a screenshot meanwhile. So you have to keep this four images in your mind. These are the shapes of the asteroid. I will give you the practical example while operating it in the software itself. So these are the four shapes of the asteroid. Here you can see. So let me come to the point how they behave. So first, let me tell you what is the use of that blink current image. So let me go to the Astrometrica software. Here you can see the images keep on looping. Here you can see four, then one, then two, then three, then four, then five. Here you can see the images are keep on looping, 3, 4, likewise. So here you can see this kind of, I've shown the images. Here you can see it is also an asteroid. It is also an asteroid. I'm not saying it is an asteroid. These are shapes you have to keep in your mind. These are not generally an asteroid. I've shown you some of the images. So this is not an asteroid. Most probably this kind of small dot are the asteroids. I've also shown you the shade type. This can also be an asteroid, but mostly the chances are this. These are the mostly the asteroid. So what is the use of the blink current image is that when you will find an asteroid, what this blink current image section will do is it will make the asteroid move in a linear way. Like, let me give you one example. Here you can see a small, here you can see a line. It is moving, right? But it is not moving. The images are shuffling. One, two, three, four, five. That's why you are seeing it as the screen is moving. So if you see like a small dot is moving a linear way, one, then two, then three, then four, this type, if something you find it like this, it is moving in a linear way, then definitely it is an asteroid. Let me draw a diagram for you. So let's move to the PDF. Here you can see, like, suppose that this is an small type dot that you have found here, like here, here, this small type of dot. The blink current image will move that image in this way, 1, 3, then 4. So this is 1. This is the second image, then the third image, then fourth image. If you find something like this, it is moving in a linear fashion, like this, not in like this, not like this. If it is moving in, if it is moving in this way, in a linear fashion, in a linear way, if it is moving like a linear way fashion, so you can predict that it is an asteroid. So I will give you one example of by finding an asteroid. So this is the first property that an asteroid shows in Astromatica software. If you find, again I am repeating, if you find an asteroid like this or this moving in a linear way, once, like, suppose that it is this now, then in the second image it comes here, then third image it comes here, then the fourth image it comes here. So if they behave like this, they are definitely an asteroid. Like, sometimes what happen is you will see that first asteroid image is here, small dot is there, then second is here, then third is here, and the fourth one gets inside the grid itself, and it is not visible like this. So it is not an asteroid. So I will explain you that example using Astromatica software. So before explaining that example, let me tell you one thing, that is, if you want to stop this blink current image like this blinking, you have to click on this red icon. It will stop. It is stop blinking. Some shortcuts are also there, CTR plus F9. You can use it. And here it is single step backward. So when you will click on this, it will move to image 1. When you will click here, single step forward, it will move to image 2. And here it is start blinking. So when we will click here, so it will again start blinking. So this is a thing that you have to keep in your mind. So coming back to the example, so as I told, suppose that this is the asteroid. As I have shown you the four images. This is most probably the circle type image. So let's assume that it is an asteroid and it is moving in a linear way. Like, it is here, and the next image it is here, then here, then here. It is an asteroid, perfectly fine asteroid. Suppose that the last image that you're seeing is coming inside here in this grid. Suppose that it is coming inside here. So we can't tell that it is an asteroid. Why? Because we have to give it a name. Like, suppose that we have founded this asteroid, right? I know it's little tricky, but take it very easily. Yeah. So suppose that this is an asteroid. Okay. So you have to stop this blinking, and when you will stop it, come to image number 1. Yeah. So this is image number 1. And as we are imagining that this is an asteroid, you have to click here, place that plus icon and have to click here. So this kind of image will open here. So many things are there that need to be addressed, and some of the properties are also consisting here. So I will explain you later on. First, let me clarify you that. So here you can see a box is there. Yeah. So you have to click on this box and have to write the name, whatever name you want to give to the asteroid. So it contains some rules and regulation how to write the name of the asteroid. I will explain you. But the first and foremost thing that you have to do is you have to give the name. Like, not, it is not like you will give the name to the asteroid one time and the asteroid is done. You have to give the name four times. Four times, image one, image two, image three, image four, because four images are there. So you have to give the name and click on accept. When you will click on the accept button, it will be accepted and the name will highlighted like this. I am not clicking on accept button because the when you will click the accept button, the image will be reflected here like that. Red images, some number was showing, it will show like that. So let me cross it. So suppose that you have click on here and that image is given by your name, whatever name you've given to the asteroid. Then what you have to do is you have to move to the image number two. Image number two again, like suppose we are supposing that it is an asteroid, it will move here, as I told, in linear way. Okay, linear way. It is very important. Linear way. So it is moving here. So it is there. Like suppose it is here. So I will click here and many properties are there. Ignore such property. I am ignoring because many things that you need to keep in your mind. I will let you know about. I am discussing the example first and foremost. So again, you have to give the a name here and accept. Then again, move to the third part. Then suppose that it is coming here. Okay. Obviously, this is a the like this asteroid is here, then again here, then again here, then here. So we are supposing that the last part is coming inside here. So I am taking a big radius. So third part of the asteroid comes here. Like, not third part. What basically is happening? Image one is containing the same thing. Image two is containing the same thing. Three, then four, and it is moving in such a way like it is looking like a linear way. So that is how we are spotting an asteroid. So the third part comes here. So when you will click the third part, you will again give the name. So I'm crossing it, and the fourth part comes here. So you can't give the name here because if something comes inside this, it will not be visible. So how you will give the name? So if the fourth part is coming inside this, so it is not an asteroid. This is what I was trying to explain. Now let's move to the PDF again. So as I told here, I think now it's clear to you. Like suppose it is an asteroid 1, 2, 3, 4. It is moving in a linear way. It is an asteroid, but as the last image is coming here, you can't give the name here, so it is not an asteroid. So as I discussed the first thing with you, and you have to keep it in your mind that the asteroid should move in a linear way. Four image should move in a linear way. The four dots should move in a linear way, and it should not come inside the grid, as you can't give it the name to it. So the second property that you need to keep in your mind is, suppose you click on the asteroid, like I told, you were giving the name, you click on the asteroid, and here, as I was discussing, many properties that you need to keep in your mind. So the first thing that you have to keep in your mind is that the white dot should be clustering with the red dot itself. Here you can see the white dot should be clustering with the red dots. So red, white should be there like that. If it is something like this, then definitely it is an asteroid. And the third thing that you have to keep in your mind is SNR. This is signal to noise ratio. It should be always greater than or equal to 5. If it is 4.9 or 4. It is negligible and can be considered, but better it should be 5 or greater than 5. And in some cases, you will see that one or two white dots are there with the red line, and the SNR is completely fine and it is moving in a linear way. Then you can consider it to be an asteroid. That depends upon NASA how they verify it. But in most cases, the first thing that you have to keep in your mind is linear. It should be moving in a linear way, The second thing is it should be clustered. The white should be clustered with the red lines. And the third thing is SNR, signal to noise ratio, should be greater than or equal to 5. And the last thing is the radius. Here you can see the radius. So this is the thing that you have to keep in mind at the end. I will let you know about the about this radius at the end. So if it is passing these three stages, then definitely this radius will also be passed. In some cases, the radius is not passed. You can judge check with this 19.7, not this. I am giving you a brief like it should be less than or equal to 1. How you will do it, I will let you know at the end. So I am giving you a summary. The first thing that you have to keep in your mind is the size of the images. It should be the four images that I have shown to you. The first is circle type, a faded type, or a big, or something like I've shown to you. The most probably what I keep in my mind is small circle. That are the most probable asteroid which the citizen scientists spot. So the second thing that you have to keep in your mind is that small dots should move in a linear way, linear fashion. And the third thing that you have to keep in your mind is the white dot should be clustered with the red line. The fourth point is the SNR, that is signal to noise ratio, should be greater than or equal to 5. And one other point is also that is radius. I will let you know at the end. So let me cross it. So now I will take you to the whiteboard and will write all the points that I have told, and then we will do the live spotting of asteroid in this one image. And after spotting the asteroid, I will let you know about the radius part, and then after finally doing the this image that is containing an asteroid, I will also let you know when what you should do, what you need to write when you will find no asteroid. Because many of the citizen scientists do one mistake when they don't find any asteroid, they submit it blank. So you don't need to write like that. So I will let you know about the writing format. So like this, we will proceed. So I hope you are enjoying the video. So stay till the end. So guys, here you can see I have written some points. These are the notes that you can take a screenshot of this. And I have explained everything. The last part is not been explained to you. I will explain it at the end of the video because it's the last part that you have to check. But most probably if the 4 points is been not the first point, if the third, two, three, and four are being satisfied, the fifth is mostly being satisfied. So I will let you know about it. So you can take a screenshot of this and can refer this notes whenever you have a need. Now let's move to the Astrometica software and spot an asteroid using that images. I will give you the practical demo so that you can have a broad mindset of how you should implement these points and this knowledge in the Astrometica software and become a citizen scientist in IIC campaign. So let's move to the Astrometica software. So guys, here you can see the Astrometica software. So here the blink current image option is off. So press on the green icon. So here you can see the blinking is on again. So what you have to do is you have to check from the first image. Here you can see not first image, the first table itself. So here is the first table. So look very carefully to each boxes present over here. So let's start with the first box. So you also check with me. So let me do one thing to save time. I will spot an asteroid. If I find any of the asteroid, I will let you know. And if not, then I will move to the next box. And when I will move to the next box, I will let you know. So let's start. So in the first box, I have not found an asteroid. Let's move to the second. So just click here and move here. So this is the second part. Here you can see. So let's find an asteroid here. So while finding an asteroid, you should refer to the notes that I have given. Small dots moving in a linear way. So no such dots is there. So let's move to the next part. So let's move to the next box. So here you can see no image is there in this box. So move to the next. So this is the last part of the upper portion. So let's check here. So no such asteroid is again found here. So let's move to the down part. So let's move to the second row. So adjust it like only one box is visible to like this. So let's check here. So no such asteroid is found here also. So you can watch this portion in 2x speed also to save your time. So I'm doing one thing. When I will find an asteroid in these images, I will directly play the video from that part because it is killing your time. I have explained you how to move this bar. So I have solved the upper part because many of you don't know how to use this bar and place that one box. So as I've explained the upper part, now I will start from that part where I will find an asteroid. So guys, here you can see the red spot boxes here. These are the asteroids that are already being found by other citizen scientists in the previous campaign. So yeah, one gentle note you all need to keep in your mind that you might be wondering that the same images are being supplied to every teams, but that is not the thing. The different images are being sent it to different teams, and the red line that you are seeing here, the red boxes, these are the asteroids that are being found by other citizen scientists in the previous campaign. The thing is that this image might be containing other asteroids which citizen scientists couldn't able to spot out, so they have sent it this image to the next campaign citizen scientist or the who are participating to become a citizen scientist. So that is how the campaign works. So here you can see ZO866. So here you can see the properties that I have told to you. It is moving in a linear way. One, two, three, four. You can see linear way. One, two, three, four. Here also you can see this is the small type circle that I've told you black, and this is a faded one. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Like this. Other properties are also being satisfied by the asteroid. Let me pause it. So let me click here. So here you can see the clustering part is also done, and the SNR is also greater than 5. So all kind of thing are being done here. So everything is satisfied here. So this is an example of an asteroid. So again, let me find the asteroid and we'll continue the video. So guys, here you can see that I have found an asteroid. So here is the asteroid. You can see. So let me pause this. You can see clearly. Let me highlight it. So here you can see. Here you can see the moving object is showing linear fashion. So it is having a linear path. So let me pause it. Click on the red icon. So what you have to do is you have to click on this black type object. So it is a moving object. So as I've told you, I've given you notes. So the thing that you have to see here is the clustering effect. So here you can see the clustering is perfectly fine. The white dot are being clustered with the red line. So it is perfectly okay. Now coming to signal to noise ratio, it is 6.5 greater than 5. So it is also fine. So we can say that it is perfectly an asteroid. So congratulations. So whenever you will find this type of asteroid, your asteroid is perfectly fine, and the moving object that you will find is an asteroid, and you can give it your name. So how to give the name to an asteroid that you find from these images provided by the Pan-STAR telescope? So what you need to do is you have to click here. Why I'm clicking here is that many of times what happen is some of the asteroid is being named by someone else and it is not spotted by the known object overlay. So we should once check here that the dr and dd is 00 or not. If it is not 00, then it is perfectly fine that it is not given name by someone.
So it is not 00. So you can perfect, then it is perfectly fine and not given name by someone, not being discovered by someone else. So cross it, then you can give it your name, whatever your team name is. So what me and my team had given was Jash 24. Jash means Jivitesh, Ankita, Simran, Harshita, and 24 means we have like given 2024, and likewise we increased, like we have found many asteroids. Five were selected, but when we have found many asteroids, so we given 24, 25 like that. So you can give it any type of name, but some rules and regulation are there. So let me take you to the rules and regulation page, how to give the name to an asteroid. So guys, here you can see the rules and regulation written here. So this was one of the PDF that was provided by me in the IAC campaign. So give the object a name by typing three letters. Initial to represent your group are commonly used and a four-number designation, then hit accept. So what we have given was Jash 424. So we have used four letters and three digits. So overall, it was seven. So we have used four letters because four members were there, and three letters we used. So it depends upon you. So you have to follow these rules. Basically, it would be very fine if you use these rules and regulation, or you can use my idea also if you have four members in your team. So I hope it's clear now. Like here you can see new 0001 like that. So I hope the rules and regulation of providing name to the asteroid is clear now. So now, for example, I again use the same name here, Jash 42424, and hit accept. So here you can see Jash 424 is flashing here. So many of you will the So many of you do the same mistake that you only give name to one image and then proceed to the end part. But it's not like that. What you have to do is you have to give the name to four images, because total four images are there, and because of which it is moving four times in a linear way. So you have to click on the single step forward, and in the image 4 also you have to give the name here. Click here, all okay is there. Write the same name here, Jash 424, and hit accept. Again, do the same thing for other images. Image 1, I have started with image 3, so to complete it, image 1, again, everything is here. Clustering is a little bit less, but it's fine. Jash 424, then hit accept. Sometimes what happen is, uh, some of your images looks like well clustered, and one might not be having a good cluster. Like here, good cluster is there, so no need to worry about it. It is an asteroid. That moving object is an asteroid, so no need to worry about it. So write Jash 424 and hit accept. So here you can see. Let me start from 1, 2, 3, 4. It's done. So now let me play it. So here you can see the asteroid is visible to us. So that's it. This is how we are finding an asteroid. So now let's come to the end part, like how you can submit this asteroid, like how to generate the report. I'm coming to the report part. So here comes the report part. How to generate the report of this asteroid. There might be other asteroids, so I'm just giving you one example of this asteroid. I found it a moving object which I named it as Jash 424, and now I will submit a report to IAC and NASA will approve it, and likewise it will become an asteroid. So now let's move to the report submitting part. So what you have to do is you have to come here and click on this. So let's see what's this. So this is send MPC report. So what we have to do is you have to click on the send MPC report. So here you can see a report is already being generated. So this is the report of the moving object that I have found, and I want to name it as an asteroid. So I will send this report to NASA and they will approve it. And after that, that moving object will be declared as an asteroid. So now comes the end part, that is radius. I have made you note of the radius. I have written about the radius, the last point. You can check your notes. So there was a radius, highest radius minus the lowest radius. So here are the rest. Here are the radius. So what you have to do is you have to check the highest radius. So here highest radius is 20.5 and the lowest radius is 19.9. So you have to subtract this two. While subtracting this two, so when you will subtract this two, highest minus lowest, you will get 0.6. So it is less than 1. So it's perfectly fine. So all the test cases are passed. So I am damn sure that it is an asteroid. Rest it depends upon NASA whether they approve it as an asteroid or not. This moving object will be declared as an asteroid or not. So let's send this report to NASA through the IAC campaign, through the IAC official website. So what we have to do is we have to copy this report and have to move to the IAC website. So guys, here you can see the official website of IAC. I am using this screenshot because the campaign is already over. So what you have to do is you have to come on your team page and have to click on the image set, whatever image set you are using. So suppose that it is a practice set, you click on the image set of practice and check mark all the citizen scientist, or if someone is missing, add the citizen scientist name. And what the main thing you have to do is you have to paste the report that you have copied, and then you have to click on submit report. Then a text will come that is report successfully submitted. So this is how the whole process works. I have explained everything to you. Some of the point that you have to keep in mind is that when you will submit the practice set, if you didn't did any of the mistakes, then you will get a mail. After that, all other images will start unlocking. Like if you will not submit the practice set, no other image will be shown to you. Only you will get a mail like new PS1 images has been updated, but you will not able to see anything. Once you pass the practice set, the report is successfully submitted, then only you will able to see other images. So you have to do the practice set very carefully. So now I will explain you the small points. And yeah, one big point that was left is like suppose you won't find any of the moving object and you find that no such moving object is there which is satisfying those properties. So in that whole image no moving object is found and ultimately no asteroid is found. So what to do next, how to paste that report, so what to write there. So now I will let you know about it. So let's move to the Astromatica software. So suppose that you don't find any of the moving object which is satisfying those properties and no asteroid is found. So what to do next? So you do one thing, you click on any of the image, anywhere in the image like here, and just give it any name, whatever name you want, whatever name, satisfying that rules and regulation. I am giving you a default name. Wait a minute. So yeah, I have opened the PDF for you. So the default name is x6640. Use this name always as a default when no asteroid is found. I mean no moving object is found. I am using the term asteroid because I am very curious about space. So sorry for that. So Here you can see if an image set does not have any moving object detected, an MPC report must still be prepared. To generate the complete heading in Astrometica, you need to click on something. Any star will do, like I told, anywhere you click in the image and take a measurement, assign it a generic designation like XXX40, like give it a name XXX40, all the four images like I did for just 424. This will create a full header in the MPC report. When you copy and paste the report in the submission box, you can delete the single measurement and add the line no moving object detected. So let me come to the point, like let me come to the Astrometica software. So guys, here you can see in Astrometica software, I have opened a new image. So one thing you have to keep in mind, you can make a note of it. Whenever you are opening a new image, like you have completed, like suppose that you have completed the practice set, and again you are loading a new image, always keep one thing in mind. You have to go to the file and have to do reset files. So what it will do is it will clear all the MPC report that is being previously generated by the Astrometica software. So let me come to the point. So I was telling that suppose that here no asteroid, no moving object is being found. So what to do next? You have to click anywhere here, anywhere, whether it is a moving object or not, anywhere, and have to name it like I told triple X and 40. Done. Then click on accept. Here you can see accept. Done. So now go to the MPC report. So now here you can see one XXX 4 zeros is there. So you have to delete it. So why we have deleted this? Because we have randomly selected one to get this format. So we have deleted that. And what we have to write here, let me show you. So we have to write this no moving objects detected in place of that. So let me write that. So I will write here no moving objects detected. Double quotation. So yeah, it's done. Now copy it and again go and paste it and then submit it. So likewise, it is for the when you find no moving objects, no asteroid in your image. So I have explained you everything about Astrometrica, about IAC campaign, and everything about how to find an asteroid, what to do when no asteroid is being found, or you can say no moving object is being found. I'm always using asteroid term because space is my hobby. So I really love space. And let me share something about me. Like I'm very passionate about flying machine and space machine, ultimately or aerospace. And space is my hobby. And yeah, fly is my love. So that is something related to me. Yeah. So, guys, one important thing that I want to tell is that about a reference star match error. This kind of error is seen by most of the participant participating in IAC campaign. One of my team member, Simrandeep, faced this issue. So, what you have to do is you have to simply press on the automatic reference star match and then click on OK. After that, this error will be done. But even if the error exists, so do one thing. If again do the automatic reference star match. But even after doing 4 to 5 times, if it is not going, again uninstall the Astrometica software and reinstall it. Then I think it will be okay because I've seen many of the participants they reinstall it and they don't face such error. So yeah, even if the worst case scenario, it will be like you reinstall it and this error will again pop up. Then you click on the automatic reference star match and press OK and the error will be gone. So that is how I have explained you everything. And I hope whoever is watching my video will become an citizen scientist. So this is how we came to an end. So I want to share something to everyone who is watching my video. So let me show you. So guys, I want to share you one photo of our group, GC Innovation. So here you can see me, Ankita, Simrandi and Harshitadi. This is the most unique team that I've ever found. So I hope this team remains with me and we participate in many of such things in future related to space, aerospace and many other things. And the other thing that I want to share with all of you is the certificates. So here you can see, as I have shown in the start of the video, my certificate, and this is my friend Ankita certificate, and this is Simran the certificate and Harshita the certificate. We all are now citizen scientists. So I hope you also get this kind of certificates and don't run for certificates. Try to learn something like I have learned it, so now I am explaining it to everyone. So do have the curiosity to search asteroid, give it your team name, and yeah, ultimately become a citizen scientist and help everyone to fulfill the curiosity of what is there in space. We all are moving towards space. Why? Because of curiosity. You should have a fire inside you to fulfill that curiosity. You should be curious about it. So we have detected 5 preliminary asteroids. So we are very happy. So guys, as we came to the end of this video, I hope you all like my video and have understood everything about IAC campaign, how to use Astromatica software and all the topics that I have promised at the start of this video. So I hope you have understood everything. Whatever doubts you have, do comment it, and see you soon in the next video. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye bye. Best of luck for your IAC campaign. I hope you all become a citizen scientist of NASA. Have the curiosity inside yourself. Keep smiling, keep hustling. All the very best.